So we're back in the garage with the Super Pocket Bike, and it's time to get this chain on. Let's do it. So this is where we left off last time, guys. We actually were going to put the chain on, but unfortunately when it came in the mail it was the wrong one. This is the chain I got. It's actually for a mini moto, and for some reason in my head I bought this thinking it would fit the bike. I also bought a clutch to fit the bike, and it was for a mini moto. My mistake. Although I will use it because I will have some more projects down the line. This is the actual chain that I need to get. It's got obviously a much heavier duty type chain, much better quality, and it's kind of that size for, I suppose, a petrol scooter. So it's a more robust chain. You can see those two up against each other there. So I actually bought a 2 meter chain just in case, because you just don't know what you're going to need. And as you can see, you got your split link in the bag. So that's the chain there, which I think will just be enough actually, considering. And the way this works is, if you've ever done a chain before, let me leave you there for just 1 second while I show you this. So you've got your chain and you've got your end like so, with your little circle at the end, and this one here, and these two join. So the idea is you're going to have these two join together, and you're going to have your split link go in between, which is, let me just get it out of the bag, which is this. So this joins in between the two. So you're going to put one in one side like so, and then you're going to join that onto the other end and use the little link here, and you're going to slide this guy over and put the split on top. Hopefully you can see that, but let me move you just a little bit closer and let me just show you what's going on. So as you can probably see, you've got the spindle here. This is the front sprocket, and with this front sprocket you're going to obviously put the chain on there. It's what drives the engine to the back wheel, and let's just mock this up for the moment. The front sprocket's going to move, but the back one is not. So let's just try and untangle this chain ever so slightly, get ourselves sorted here. Oh, nightmare when the chain is this long. There we go. So let's get that around the front and just see where we sit. Yeah, lovely. Pull that up. Get that on the back wheel ever so slightly. Brilliant. So as you can see, let me just move this real quick. As you can see here, there's the chain on the front sprocket, which fits it perfectly. It's a nice good fit, and there it is running all the way back to here. When you're doing a chain, what you need to do is, you see these bolts here, you need to bring the back wheel as far as it can go forward. And then what happens is when you cut the chain to size and you have it nice and tight, well, tight enough, you can roll the wheel back. So move this back to where it is here. And as you move it back, you'll tighten the chain, which is what you want to do. But also, as the chain gets looser, you can pull this back and tighten it. If you were to cut it to about here, what's going to happen is you're going to have no adjustment on the end. So it's very important that you mock it up to size while the wheel is further up, because you're going to get more chain for your money. It's going to last longer, and as it stretches you can then adjust that with the wheel. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mock this up off camera, move the wheel forward to this spacing here, check how much I need, and then just mark it. And the idea is then you're going to put a split link in between these two. So you need to get it in between these, so that obviously this is going to be your new split, so you need to cut in here. Now I do not have the correct tool for this, so I'm going to use an angle grinder, which I don't suggest using, but I will show you how to do that if you don't have the correct tool to do this, because most people will have an angle grinder lying around in their garage. So let's fast forward to that part, and yeah, we'll catch up with the next scene. Right, so hopefully you guys can now see what's going on here. I've just marked it off with a bit of spray paint here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the top of this off and then smash it through. So the idea is we grind this part and this part down so that it will slide through the other side when we hit it with a hammer. It's a bit redneck, I'll be honest with you, it's a bit ghetto, but this is what I usually do. Connor actually showed me a method of doing this with a hammer, but I find by grinding this down, it's that little bit better in terms of just getting it to work. So it is a bit dangerous, so what you want to do is, well, first of all, I don't advise doing this at all, but you want to get it so you can just tip away at that with the angle grinder. But like I said, don't do this at home. Let me just move you slightly so you can somewhat see. And it's not turning on. Let me check the lead, give me 1 sec. There we go, she's out of the wall. Maybe that was a higher power telling me not to do this, but hey, let's do it. Okay, so we're just going to grind. Hopefully you can still see. Grind it. Alright, let's just take a look. See where we are. Okay, so they've... Okay, see a little bit of a grind there. I'm not entirely finished just yet. Okay, let's have a look. It is going to be hot, so just be careful. Okay. As you can see, they've been ground down there, so now we're going to get a hammer, we're going to get a screwdriver, and we're just going to literally start hitting it. As you can kind of see there, we're just going to hit it until it pops open. A flathead screwdriver is probably the best screwdriver to use for this. I would say, if I can find this flathead. What you're going to do is you're just going to apply pressure right in the middle of the chain, like right there. Put it right down the middle of where you are. Just tap it. Okay, take that out. Okay, let me get rid of the thing for a sec. Maybe we can pop it easier. Okay, it's not going just yet. It's not far off though, it's not far off. Just want to get in between the rivets and apply some pressure to ideally just make them pop out. So right there. Okay, so we've after getting a good bit of edge on that one now. So we just need to finish it off if it will allow us. There we go. So as you can see, it's just popped off. It's the outside piece, and as you can see, it's through there. So it should just come through to the other side like so. And there we have our split link, I suppose, coming through. And then you're just going to want to tap that through the rest of the day. So basically what you're going to do is you're just going to push that through, and then you'll have your joining piece. So let's just get that on camera real quick. Get that here. If it gets stuck, you just pry it out. As I said, it's a bit of a getaway to do it, but I don't have the correct tool, nor I suppose do I have the patience. Well, no, that's not true, because it would be a little bit easier if I had the correct tool. But yeah, I just popped it out. I'm just gonna put the camera down for a moment, and I'm gonna show you when it's on the bike. So hopefully that might help a few of you guys. Now, so let me show you how this works here. So you got your split link. You're gonna put that behind here, like so, and into that one nice and easy. Into that one there. You put your cover cap on top, which is this gold piece, which you might have seen from we took off last time. So you add that on, making sure it's on the inside. You'll know, you'll have an idea. That's the chain covered. And then your split link. What you do with that is you put it on, like so, going the opposite way to the chain. And then you get a screwdriver. It can be a bit tricky. Put it on the edge. Let's give it a little tap with a hammer. And it should, oh, made that look easy. Just pop on like so. So you've got your split link. So the idea now is to get the chain to a position where it is nice and taut. So let's bring you back so you can see. So as you can see there, I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see the chain is quite loose. So what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to bring this wheel back until it's tightened up, till you have what you want. So it's as easy as twisting this bolt here and bringing it closer. So we're now bringing the back wheel back to meet this chain. So let's just twist this, keep going till we get it nice and tight. Not too tight, but tight enough where it's not going to go anywhere. So you can see it's still a bit loose there. I want it to be tighter so it doesn't have to play. Here we go. So that's feeling good there, I have to say. That's feeling good. So I'm going to leave that there for the moment. We're going to do the exact same on the other side. The idea is to get this gap here, this gap in distance the same on the other side as well. So one more for good luck. Ah, yes, there we go. So we're going down the other side as well. And we're going to get this bike switched on. We're going to get it started up. We're going to see how she goes and make sure the chain will stay on. So let's do that. Out with the old, in with the new. Let's see if she'll start and make some tracks. We've got the fairings on kind of loose here. I'm going to turn the ignition on and give her a little start and just see if she wants to move. And I get her going. Might take a couple of pulls now after last time. Choke on. So it looks like it wants to move. I'm going to open up the garage doors and I'm going to see if this is actually going to start like rocking forward and making track. So let me open the garage doors and we bring it outside, just see if it's working correctly, and then I'll bring you guys along for the spin. So give me 2 seconds. Here she is. So as you can see, it's running. It needs a bit of tuning, I think. I took it down the driveway for a spin, but it kept bogging. So I can only imagine that the reason why it's bogging is because I have the choke full on, and that it's probably been sitting for so long that the actual carb itself needs a bit of a clean out. And I can feel by pulling on the throttle cable on the throttle itself that it's very stiff, and it seems to be revving a few seconds after I've pulled it in, which means that there's some sort of delay in the carb. So I imagine the next step for me is going to clean that out. And once I've got that cleaned out, I think then I'll be able to take it for a proper little spin. But what a good looking bike. All we got to do now is get to perform the way it looks. So for now, it's goodbye. And yet again, thanks for tuning in. And I suppose the next video, we're going to get a bit of riding in. Up and down the driveway, something small. But I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe, like.